Link's Awakening is one of the most memorable Zelda experiences. It's full of personality, different from all the other installments, while maintaining the classic Zelda gameplay. You'll feel like you're on a true adventure, exploring the island, meeting memorable characters, discovering secrets, cutting down grass with your sword, hunting down collectibles, puzzle solving, cutting down grass with your sword, traversing dungeons, all while acquiring new weapons and abilities. Next to Ocarina, this is my favorite Zelda game. From a game design aspect, this game encapsulates what Zelda is to me. Link's Awakening does several things great. First and foremost, the progression of the game is outstanding. The gradual development of Link's abilities and the obstacles in your quest have a perfect synergy. From exploring the map out of your own curiosity to the exploration of the dungeons, your development as the hero gives you a sense of adventure. When you find a new item, you'll remember areas you came across on your journey, which you now have access to with your new ability. That brings me to adventure. This game was originally a Game Boy game. Game Boy. It's astonishing how they managed to develop a sense of adventure into a game on hardware with those limitations. There are aspects to this game where you can see the limitations. For instance, the overworld isn't huge, and the game is pretty straightforward. That being said, the devs don't hold your hand. You have to meet and talk to characters on your own, discover the dungeons on your own, even pick up hints via dialogue on where you should explore next. And the side quests, though they don't have much depth, will have you running around the map exploring, like a treasure hunter. It's pretty fun. It has small throwbacks to the original Zelda, where items are hidden in ordinary objects like grass, with no indicators to tell you it's hiding an item. These small choices in the game design pay off big for the sense of adventure it results in. The story of Ocarina is so epic. It's huge, it's timeless, it's historic. For those who played it growing up, it's something we'll never forget. What Link's Awakening lacks in scale compared to Ocarina, it makes up for in personality, individual from the rest of the entries in the series. The setting and lore gives the game its size, beyond its technical limitations. The storyline and characters bring the game to life, and the masterful game mechanics give the game its depth and keep you engaged. By the time you're reaching the end of the game, you won't want it to end. With Ocarina, I didn't want the game to end because the actual video game was so fun to play and it was groundbreaking. But with Link's Awakening, I didn't want this game to end because I love this little idyllic world with its characters. Link's Awakening activates your sense of wonder, of adventure, of youthful curiosity. It breaks the fourth wall where you as a player are having an effect on the game, which just adds an entire other dimension to the experience. It's genius. While Link is a silent hero, your friend Marin opens up to you about a topic that everyone can relate to from growing up. This interaction, while short, touches on the theme of the human condition, which gives the player a chance to connect to the character and the world. The curiosity of a young person, yearning to experience and see if there is anything more to the world than their sheltered bubble they grew up in. The personal ambitions and dreams each one of us felt while growing up. To go beyond the environment we are born into once we become old enough and self-aware of our own life. The dialogue is brief, but the topic is real enough to resonate with the player, and it's clear what Marin is pointing to. While the rest of the characters are content in their routine lives, Marin sits on the beach, alone, gazing into the ocean, longing to know what lies for her beyond the horizon. Link's Awakening story isn't as large as Ocarina's. You aren't saving Hyrule and its entire population from Ganon, you aren't dealing with the Triforce, or the rest of the Legend of Zelda story we all know. Link's Awakening takes the hero versus evil framework and flips it on its head. It takes a different route, and I love it for that. To me, Link's Awakening is a rare occurrence of the whole being greater than the sum of its parts. You'll see reused character designs from other Nintendo IPs. The boss battles aren't too difficult, the overworld isn't the biggest, and by today's standards, the side missions are simple. However, the way the developers brought it all together with the story, the environment, the characters, the game mechanics, the dungeon designs, the progression of your items and abilities. It all results in a truly amazing game. As for the remade graphics, they really are great. They help add to the charm, the fairy tale, childhood imagination, cute, idyllic fantasy world vibe. They knock the visual redesign out of the park. That being said, the new amazing graphics, it's just the frosting. The actual game, the gameplay, the story, everything I mentioned before, that's the real treasure here. Nintendo did such an amazing job with this remake. The graphics overhaul brought this game to people that otherwise would never have played it, and I was so happy they kept the core game untouched. This game is so masterfully made that it is a rare, timeless gem. Thank you for watching. Please hit subscribe to help my channel grow. It would really help me out. If you love Link's Awakening, let me know in the comments. I'd also like to hear what your favorite Zelda games are.